We've seen some very good generational even prospects and rookies in Madden 26 franchise, but you haven't seen anything like this. It's 99 overall rookie quarterback Dave Teamer. I took him from Kent State Dynasty, my series last year on College Football 25, or one of them, and I have upgraded him even more. He was so fast, so explosive, rocket arm, looks good in shorts probably, but he's not Josh Allen. He's even better. 99 everything. It's not just the throwing attributes and running attributes. It's even coverage, hit power, finesse move, pass blocking, whatever. He's got 99 everything. Now, I highly doubt the CPU is going to be putting him in on defense or especially not tackle. He's a quarterback, but he could be a quarterback ready to set every single record ever. We're going to see who drafts him, and we're going to set everything onto auto and follow the career of a 99 everything starting quarterback. It's Dave Teamer. So heading into the NFL draft, Dave Teamer was supposed to go to the Browns in mock draft 1. What are we looking at in mock draft 5? It still looks like his career will be destined to die in Cleveland. No, he's got 99 everything. He is the perfect prospect, and the Browns actually end up being pretty good sometimes. And he gets to stay in state here. So that's kind of a fun storyline. I mean, he is the perfect prospect. Although, not even the fastest quarterback in the 40. He's got 99 speed. What quarterback is running faster than him? There's no way. I do find it kind of funny, though. You can see he was at the combine third in the 3-cone, despite having 99 speed, acceleration, agility, and change of direction. How is he possibly getting beat in the 3-cone or the 20-yard shuttle or anything? I also like PH description required on one of the supposed traits. Well, at this point, we know the mock draft's just going to be correct. Dave Teamer will be headed to the Cleveland Browns. Let's make it official. With the 3rd pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select the only actual perfect prospect in the history of any sport ever. I'm sure the Browns will still find a way to mess it up, but Dave Teamer is a Cleveland Brown, and he's a team guy. You can tell from the last name. I think that this should also show you that the CPU has no real logic whatsoever in terms of how they actually value and scout draft prospects, because the Saints were picking at number 1 overall. There's a quarterback who grades out everything, who is the most athletic quarterback of all time with perfect passing, and they go, nah. But feast your eyes on 99 overall quarterback Dave Teamer. You already know the attributes, but I think it's really going to come into frame here, and you're really going to be able to see the magnitude. Just straight 99 slapping you in the face. If Dave Teamer can't turn the Browns around, I don't know who could. He's the number 3 ranked quarterback in the league at a 99 overall. It seems like he could be number 1 in my opinion. The Cardinals got a rookie quarterback with 90 speed, but nobody really even that close to Dave Teamer. I still can't get over the fact that he didn't run the fastest 40. I think that's insane. He's 99 speed. So this is not a rebuild. I don't get to help out Dave Teamer. I don't get to build up the O-line. I don't get to re-sign him. I don't get to give him better weapons. This is just completely letting the CPU build the team. We're going to follow the career, but also we're going to jump in and play here week 1. See what 99 overall everything actually looks like out there on the field. And we'll see if Dave Teamer can live up to the hype. Surely would be the most hyped up prospect of all time. And his first test is on the road at Gillette Stadium against the New England Patriots. Also, is he kicking? I just saw kick by Dave Teamer. Is he actually the starting kicker by default? Yeah, he's the kickoff specialist. That's actually hilarious. He's also returning kicks. Maybe not returning punts, but he is returning kicks. Oh, that's really good. I mean, he does have 99 overall everything. Tyler Algier in the backfield, the new Brown. And we'll see what Dave Teamer actually looks like, working off play action to start. What does 99 speed actually feel like? Well, it's decently quick to start. 29 yards off the rip by Teamer. And even though he does have Superstar X Factor, that's not revealed yet. So he doesn't have any crazy abilities. But he can still get sacked as easily as anybody. Can we rip that in there? No, it's kind of behind. It's a tough throw. But it's against man coverage. You'd like to think he'd be able to hit that. Here's 3rd and 16. We're going to get sacked. Didn't really like anything. Well, not a great start to the career here. Is Dave Teamer also punting? No, it's Corey Bojorquez. All right. He can't do everything, I guess. Back in on offense after a turnover. Can we actually look better here? We're going to take off with Teamer, and there is the rushing touchdown. The rookie quarterback finds the end zone for the first time, of which surely will be many, and he's bringing the boom. Oh, you gotta love it. I mean, 99 speed, acceleration, agility, absolutely no joke. But ratings, I kind of don't think matter as much in this game as abilities do. I feel like abilities are the end-all, be-all. And Bojorquez is the place kicker? Okay. Probably should have Dave Teamer out there. Let's get a kick here. Let's go deep kick. We're going to go sky high. See if Dave Teamer can really boot this thing. The hang time's unreal and actually level somebody on kickoff. No opportunity. All right, let's get a kick return, though. That's what I want to see. Can Teamer actually return the kick here? It drops. Teamer picks it up. And he's got some speed! Oh, my goodness, Dave Teamer. Whew. Little bit of burst there for the quarterback as he puts us on the 50-yard line already. And maybe we'll actually be able to pass here. Nope, under pressure, down goes Teamer. 99 break sack. He's not really doing a whole lot right now. Keon White gets there. I'm not sure if my main menu sliders are making an impact. Playing on super hard difficulty, but... Okay, all right. Teamer fumbles. That's 99 carrying. But the receivers are not really getting a whole lot of separation. And this is how I look with a 99 overall QB. This is a tough look. It's got to be the sliders. What about a screen? Let's just get on the board here with a completion. There we go. Now we're on fire. Listen, it's a 99 overall everything quarterback, not 99 overall everything receivers or O-line. Dude, it's got to be using the main menu sliders. I feel like there's no blocking at all. Laser. It's actually really not even that good of a pass. Why is he not that good? Or maybe this exposes how bad revamped passing actually is. That's a theory. The Teamer got rocked. We can run. I mean, that's pretty much it. That's what we can do. Shot down the field. I mean, it's a quick release, but is that really where that ball should be? Feels like no. How about that, though? That could be a beautiful throw, but it's... I'm not saying that was super open, but... Man, I'm kind of being disappointed here. Our best chance at scoring might just be on the kickoff. There's Teamer. That's not the way we wanted to spin. Okay. Sacked again. Oh, this is absolutely brutal. Judy looks like he might have a step down the field. And he can't make the catch. 3rd and 18. I mean, this is going so poorly. Harold Fannin, I have no idea how he caught that. We have 38 yards passing in the game. I don't know. I mean, I think the main menu sliders that I have for Saints franchise are in effect here, and they're killing any opportunity to do anything. 3rd and 26. Maybe this will do something. My best option was hitting a drag check down on 3rd and 26. This is going so poorly. Throw on the move. There's Njoku. He makes the catch. Teamer in the 4th quarter is approaching 70 yards passing. Cleveland, man. It's a hellhole. We just need to take off. It's our best bet. And he's hurt. No, it's just like Kent State Dynasty. Dave Teamer missed 2 seasons. And now he's sidelined. Bruised ribs for Teamer. Well, considering the alternative is Deshaun Watson, get Teamer back in the game, please. ASAP. Oh, I mean, this is awful. Oh, there we go. There's Njoku. He makes the catch. Touchdown, Browns. The fact that main menu sliders have such a big impact on franchise is so stupid. That's my take. That's an unreal throw. Hospital ball, sure, but it's an unreal throw. We're cooking a bit right now, and we're over the line. Still knocked away by Duggar. Whoa, Teamer on the move. Tracked down by Anthony Jennings. He is dealing with a bit of wear and tear that's hurting his overall ability right now, but he's still pretty disgusting. Get that out there. We have a step. That could be good. It's dropped right where it needed to be. Jamari Thrash with the touchdown. Beautiful ball by Teamer. And Dave Teamer is starting to warm up here in his first ever NFL game. It's a beautiful ball. I mean, truly. Needed more of that earlier. But the O-line didn't want to block. The receivers, it seemed like, didn't want to get open. And it's 23-21, Patriots taking it. Stats and awards, if you couldn't tell how playbook-dependent stats are. Dave Teamer throws for 3,600 yards, 33 touchdowns, and only 6 interceptions in his rookie season. Very good overall numbers, right? Like, we can't be upset about this even a little bit. It's a great performance. He is quite literally, as I've said that quite a lot, incredible. Like, you can't even believe how good he is. And I think the numbers he's about to put up will show that even more. Should I change the playbook? I think maybe I have control over that. Might be able to do that. The Browns went 7-10 under Dave Teamer, and that got me fired. So we got to go to a new team, and then we'll get back. We'll get back there. It's time for Cincinnati playbook. Dave Teamer is about to set records. The O-line's coming together. David Njoku's still quite good. But this team really needs to invest in a big-time receiver. It can't just be Jerry Jeudy and Jamari Thrash. I'm sure Teamer's going to make it work, but that's not exactly a recipe for success. And those are the numbers we're looking to see. Dave Teamer at the top of the NFL in pass yards, over 5,000, 37 touchdowns to only 4 interceptions. And these numbers should end up getting better once we actually get receivers into the mix. He led the team in rushing attempts and yards by a wide margin, 7 rushing touchdowns, 6.8 per carry. And of course, we know he's also returning kicks probably, 5 for 135. With 99 everything, occasionally it'd be nice to see a kick or punt return touchdown in simulation, but I guess that's not possible probably. We have our top receiver production-wise from last year, doesn't even have a picture. Lavardian, I don't know. Dave Teamer is dominating, though, and it might actually help to get him some more traits. So I do think he's going to end up breaking, like, every record, of course, but I am curious to see where the awards stack up right now. So he's a one-time Pro Bowler. He was the AFC Offensive Player of the Week a lot. He was the 2026 Offensive Rookie of the Year. I couldn't quite pull it up because I was fired, even though it wasn't me. I wasn't doing anything. I didn't get fired, but whatever. We can pull it up in league history. You can see 2026 season recap. Dave Teamer was the Offensive Rookie of the Year, but has yet to win an MVP. Maybe that'll change this season. So the Browns did go 11-6, but did not find their way to the Super Bowl. DeCamerion Richardson won Super Bowl MVP? Okay. Dave Teamer wins his first MVP and his first Offensive Player of the Year. Probably a lot more of that to come. Where did the guy even go that had the crazy year? He's gone. David Njoku's up to X Factor. The O-line's pretty good, except Thayer Munford's playing center, which is weird. Are we ever going to get a wide receiver 2 for Dave Teamer? It seems unlikely. It's a lot of time left. 8 and 9 for the Browns here. That defense is just not pulling their weight. The offense is the #2 scoring and passing offense in the league, but the defense is really holding us back. Dave Teamer throws for about 4,700 yards, 34 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. Of course, led the team in rushing yards again, but 15 rushing touchdowns for Quinshon Judkins. Kayshon Boutte with a very good year here. We need one of these random young receivers to ball out with Teamer, get a development trade upgrade, get a ton of XP, and actually become good. We need more weapons for Teamer if he's truly going to take his game up to the next level, because Joe Burrow is out here throwing for more yards, more touchdowns. He's got Jamar Chase. He's got T. Higgins. Dave Teamer's got Jerry Jeudy and Kayshon Boutte. Need a little bit more. And Joe Burrow does win MVP and Offensive Player of the Year as a result. We need Dave Teamer to step back up to #1. He wins MVP his second year in the league like he's Patrick Mahomes. We need a little bit more, though. I mean, Boutte has up to star dev. Now he's an 82 overall. And there's a new tight end in town. No longer David Njoku. It's DeMarco with superstar dev. He's already an 80 overall, and he's got to be fairly young because he doesn't actually exist. So he's got to be 23 years old. He's a glorified offensive tackle. This guy's wearing 17. This is an offensive lineman. What is it? Who is this? These are the weapons Dave Teamer's getting. This team's never going to make the playoffs. We want Teamer to set records, to move up the legacy leaderboard. If we look at quarterback, how long does it take in order to get to Dave Teamer? It's actually the number 11 quarterback here out of all active players. Well, Aaron Rodgers is in the Hall of Fame now, but out of all players who were active when the save file started, he's already ahead of Justin Herbert, CJ Stroud. But as you can see, 0 Super Bowls, 0 conference championships, 5 yearly awards, though. That's factoring in Pro Bowls, MVPs, Offensive Rookie of the Year, Offensive Player of the Year, and maybe 2029 we'll add a few more trophies to the trophy case. See if the team can be successful too. Okay, 12 and 5 here. #1 scoring offense, #2 passing offense, as Teamer throws for over 5,000 yards, a career high 38 passing touchdowns. Did throw 7 interceptions though, but made up for it on the ground with 4 rushing touchdowns and over 700 rushing yards. But 20 rushing touchdowns from Quinshon Judkins kind of stole the show. Cordova's playing quite well. Boutte with another really nice season overall. So hopefully those guys are actually starting to develop a little bit, and that'll really help Teamer's overall production. I think you can see just how much better he was this year, as it's the Eli Manning Bowl. Chargers-Giants, the legendary draft day trade, but no Browns. I'm not jumping in here if it's not the Super Bowl. I think Dave Teamer will lead his team to Super Bowls at some point, but it goes to show you, it's a team sport. 53 men on an NFL roster. You need more than just a 99 overall everything quarterback to be successful. We do have the NFL MVP and Offensive Player of the Year. His name is Dave Teamer, but the playoff success with this defense is quite poor. What I do want to show you, though, is the team salaries. Dave Teamer, going into the final year of his deal, obviously would have the 5th-year option in here, and in 2030, the cap hit is over $70 million. I think the Browns are in a pretty good spot to try and extend him, but we'll see. On the verge of losing Jerry Jeudy and a number of other players, I'd be very interested to see, and again, everything's on auto, so they're going to do what they're going to do, but I'd be very interested to see if Dave Teamer stays in Cleveland or hits free agency. The Browns drafted a left tackle, Jaden Goodson, and a running back. I still feel like they need to try and add more at receiver, and the top player was a corner in the 3rd round. Kind of a sick pick, and then a fullback. Weird draft class. And you need a tight end that's actually capable of catching the ball. And what is this O-line? At least I can help them out with that, with actually resetting the depth chart here. All right, there are some options. Quick update on Dave Teamer. He's probably not going to regress for quite a long time, so I don't really think that's worth looking into. But I think it is really interesting to check out not only the career numbers here, which are great. I think he will end up throwing for 40 passing touchdowns at some point. He is obviously capitalizing on the ground, but I think there will be a point where Judkins is not, you know, vulturing and getting 20 rushing touchdowns in a year, and Teamer will go for 40. But I'm really interested to see if he remains a long-time Cleveland Brown. 2 Pro Bowl appearances to go with 2 MVPs, 1 best quarterback. You'd think he'd be more than just a 1 or 2-time Pro Bowler based on being a 2-time MVP. But I guess it's tough to make the Pro Bowl out here all of a sudden. News to me. And this Browns team did actually make the Super Bowl. The offense is absolutely carrying. 42 passing touchdowns from Dave Teamer is going to be a career high, but 9 interceptions, 4,750 passing yards. He did not lead the team in rushing yards this year, and 19 rushing touchdowns for Judkins. Top receivers, Sergio Cordova taking over 15 touchdowns. I think if we actually had a tight end that was capable of catching the ball, these numbers would look a lot better. But we might just jump in here for a drive in the Super Bowl. See what it looks like against the Chicago Bears, who were not that successful here in the regular season, but it doesn't matter. If you can make the tournament, that is the NFL postseason, you got a chance to win. You got a chance to go all the way, win it all. I think the New York Giants are really good proof of that. They were a wild card team in 2007 and in 2011 and beat arguably the best team in NFL history. The, at the time, 18-0 New England Patriots. Also, I've never really seen this time at AT&T before. Sun setting and kind of shining through the window, but no insane glare. Looks kind of sick, not going to lie. Teamer on the move. He's just way too fast. Took a hit, but he survives it. He's tough. The sliders could still make this tough, though. But how crazy can we get? Pretty crazy. I mean, Teamer's just running at supersonic speed. Nobody else is even close. But he puts the ball on the ground. It's recovered by the Bears. Oh, my goodness. Carson Schwezinger interception gives us the ball back. All right, now we're talking. What if we actually just try to have a good drive, make good, quick throws, and put the ball in the end zone? With the 99 overall everything, the temptation is to it's just to go deep, right? But that's not really the best way to actually move the ball. Dinking and dunking is far more consistent, safer, and you don't really let that pass rush go to town. That is insane. Why is the ball floating, dude? I don't know. I'm not saying that was super open to begin with, but man, is that just an unthrowable pass every time? Can I only hit drags and curls and quick outs? It's kind of boring. Teamer looking to take off. There we go. Play action, pocket collapsing, Teamer going down. Yeah, if you try to do any type of extended drop back, it's not going to work out well for you. Just got to get the ball out quickly. Throw for easy completions and don't try to do anything fancy. You don't really even need a 99 overall quarterback. Probably just like a better O-line and an 80 overall quarterback. You'll be just fine. See if the defense can keep playing well. It's 6-0 Browns. As we are looking to finally get that elusive Super Bowl. It's 9-0, 17-0 after a 15-yard Quinshon Judkins rushing touchdown. And this one's about over. 17-0. Bears finally with the score. But at 17-7, yeah, they have 3 timeouts. But a first down ends the game. We'll see what their defense looks like. But again, we don't need a 99 overall everything QB. We just need a quarterback capable of throwing A drag, a shallow cross, a quick out, reading the mesh. It's simply as easy as that. 99 overall is completely worthless, at least on these sliders. Maybe it would be more worthwhile on a different set. And Dave Teamer is hurt in the Super Bowl. Say it ain't so, Dave. But that is the Super Bowl victory. Dave Teamer seems all right. He's at least going to be able to hoist the Lombardi with his teammates. The Cleveland Browns, after being arguably the worst overall franchise in the NFL over their history, in the Super Bowl era, I should say, they've finally done what appeared to be impossible, bringing a Super Bowl back to Cleveland. But it took a 99 overall everything player to get it done, but we got it done. Dave Teamer's first Super Bowl. The Cleveland Browns have won it all. And could this start the legacy? 119 yards passing and no touchdowns. What a performance. Big Ben era, or Big Ben-esque performance. What a player. And Quinshon Judkins, as a result, gets the Super Bowl MVP. And Dave Teamer didn't win any yearly award in 2030. I am very interested to see whether or not Dave Teamer will be back in Cleveland. Yes. It is a massive extension. 7 years, $629 million. That will pay him, oh my goodness, $449 million signing bonus. His cap hit is over $100 million in 2035. The Browns, I don't know how they're going to build a team around this guy, but he is the whole teamer. So maybe you don't need anybody else. Jerry Jeudy is gone. We do have Satchel Paige in the mix now. Cordova is also hurt. DeMarco's up to an 87 overall, but is still a glorified tackle in there. But it's Quinshon Judkins that's really developed at an astounding rate. Dave Teamer's locked into Cleveland for, I'm not going to say his entire career, but for probably a good chunk of it, at least. He's got a 7-year extension. 12-5 in 2031, but we get a Bucs-Raiders Super Bowl rematch. Dave Teamer does eclipse 5,000 yards passing again, 43 touchdowns. He completed 72% of his passes. Josh Allen is a Jet, by the way. That's interesting. Cam Scatterbo led the league in rushing yards. What am I seeing here? A lot has changed. Jalen Walker is a dominant force as a pass rusher. Jackson Smith and Jigba had 23 receiving touchdowns. See the raw numbers here. Only 6 interceptions, 43 passing touchdowns. Great year. Teamer, 7 rushing touchdowns, and some of these touchdowns that Judkins was kind of vulturing ended up going to Teamer here in the passing department. Cordova came back from injury, played really well. Rashawn Harris played really well also. He's 6'4", 222 pounds. That sounds like a big-time wide receiver 1. He's got superstar dev trait. Not the best speed, but definitely a big-time wide receiver 1 type of player, an X-style receiver. So no Jerry Jeudy, no problem. This receiving core is absolutely coming together, and it seems like we've got a decent core for the future. And Dave Teamer, we know, is locked in here for the next half decade or so. So we're going to need to keep recycling guys in and out. Pause. If we're going to continue to see Dave Teamer be successful, I don't know if he's going to be able to throw for 55 or even 6,000 passing yards. That's a ridiculous total, but we've seen it before in these types of videos, I think, on previous Maddens. Might not be possible in Madden 26. He's got 99 overall everything in the best passing playbook in the game, and he's still barely over 5,000 yards, barely to 40 passing touchdowns if he is even getting that. The odds of him chasing down Peyton Manning's record, I think it's 55 passing touchdowns, kind of seems slim. I'm not going to say it's impossible. We have probably another, 12-ish years to get there. if we can get some 99 overall receivers to play alongside Teamer, there's a possibility, right? It's just a couple things going a couple different ways. Maybe Judkins doesn't rip off a big-time run, and instead it's Dave Teamer throwing a bomb, right? Then I would say he could probably throw for 50 passing touchdowns. 50 is within reason. 5,500 passing yards is maybe within reason. I don't know that I can certainly guarantee it, but I think it's at least a possibility. And 2036 and 2037, the contract gets a lot more affordable. 4-time Pro Bowler. Obviously, multiple-time MVP, 2031 MVP, 2031 Offensive Player of the Year, 2031 Best Quarterback. Dave Teamer is back. So an update on the Legacy Leaderboard. Teamer's got to be very close to the top. He's top 5 now. We have Rodgers in the Hall of Fame. Josh Allen is now with the Steelers. What a career arc for Josh Allen, moving around the Northeast and around upstate New York. He was in Buffalo, and then he goes to East Rutherford, New Jersey. Now he's back across Buffalo to Western Pennsylvania. Still very good, actually. He's 36 years old. He's in his Aaron Rodgers era. Jets to Steelers. I don't know what he's doing, man, but he's still obviously playing at quite a high level. Teamer's about to track down Aaron Rodgers. He's got one fewer yearly award. He's got the same number of conference championships and Super Bowls. Lamar's still at 0. Allen has an AFC championship here in the game now. Mahomes is obviously top tier. But Teamer's probably another good year or two from tracking him down and being in that number 1 spot. We'll see if 2032 is the year. 11-6 season. It's Chargers and Falcons in the Super Bowl. I got a weird Charger-Falcon. Dwight Freeney. Dave Teamer back over 5,100 yards passing, but back under 40 touchdown passes. Only 6 interceptions surely means that Quinshon Judkins had quite a few. 13 rushing touchdowns, but Dave Teamer again beats him out in terms of overall yards. 4 rushing touchdowns for Teamer. He is just a beast. Still very good numbers by the receivers. We need DeMarco out of here. If this Browns team goes out and extends basically an offensive tackle playing tight end, I know he's 26 years old. He's an 89 overall, but he legitimately is not good. Like, great, he can block. A lot of tight ends can block. And he's not even that good of a blocker. He's got 79 pass block. How often is your tight end staying into pass block? It's not that often. He's got really good run block power and finesse, to be fair, but he can't run a route at all. He's slow as hell. He really can't catch. They're doing Teamer dirty. Season recap, Dave Teamer with another MVP and Offensive Player of the Year. It's tough to win a Super Bowl. Chargers finally have. Beating the Atlanta Falcons. Man, they can't catch a break, huh? Okay, Cordova's up to an 87 overall, and Harris has now Superstar X Factor. DeMarco's down from Superstar, but there could be a new big tight end in town. Nope, he's actually definitely a tackle. Okay, well, please draft an actual tight end that can catch. That would be great. 10-7 in 2033. Again, not a Super Bowl team. We get another Super Bowl rematch. It's Patriots-Rams. One of the worst Super Bowls I can ever remember watching. As Dave Teamer throws for over 4,800 yards, 44 touchdowns to 7 interceptions, led the team in rushing again, nearly 800 yards, but only 2 rushing touchdowns. That's a lot of yards, though. That's way more than I expected to see. This is a fantastic season. Was actually sacked quite a lot, to be fair. Nearly 60 times. Quarterback. Dave Teamer's into the top 3 all-time. Mahomes is doing the Aaron Rodgers thing. He's going to the Jets now, which was the Brett Favre thing. Josh Allen sticking around with Pittsburgh. Lamar's still in Baltimore, though. Hurts still with the Eagles. Joe Burrow's now a Hall of Famer. Caleb's still with the Bears. That's the same face. Baker's out of the NFL at this point. Anyone else on a weird team? Justin Herbert is a Lion. He did the reverse Matthew Stafford, starting in LA and going to Detroit, a.k.a. the Jared Goff. I get that it wasn't the Rams. Jordan Love is a Bengal. Tua is a Charger. Wow, you got a lot going on here. Michael Penix is a Bill. Rams crush the Patriots in the Super Bowl 38-21. Dave Teamer wins MVP, but he doesn't win Offensive Player of the Year. That goes to Rams receiver and Super Bowl champion now, Jimmy Swinney. Look at the Browns salary cap. They're into the negatives here. Negative $5 million because they have to pay Dave Teamer. And it's actually going to get even more expensive in 2035 before dropping down quite a bit in 2036 and 2037. Although I remember these figures being a little bit different. 4 years remaining on the deal. But with Quinshawn Judkins having an expiring contract, Colt Booth, which is a great name at right tackle, Xavier Watts is an 88. Look at all these expiring contracts. Josh Farmer as well. Jaden Goodson. The Browns are not going to be able to bring back any of these players. Going to have to draft well. Otherwise, this Browns team's going to look a whole lot worse, paying Dave Teamer $108 million, or at least that's the cap hit coming up. You still have Harris, though, who's down to superstar, weirdly enough. You still have Cordova, who's a superstar. Pagel is a superstar. Brooks is hurt, but is a superstar. There are options here, and the O-line really doesn't look bad at all. Might help them out by putting Morris into a starting position with that superstar dev. So this team's still actually quite good, even with Teamer taking up an unbelievable amount of the salary, the overall salary. This team could still be very, very good in 2034. 9-8 in 2034, did not make the playoffs. It's a Giants-Titans Super Bowl. Well, I'm a Giants fan, so I should be able to name a Giants-Titan very easily. Kerry Collins, Adoree Jackson are a couple that jump to mind off the rip. Dave Teamer, ooh, Anthony Richardson had the most passing yards in the league. What a year for him in Green Bay. Over 5,200 yards. Teamer just can't compete with Anthony Richardson, I guess. How is that possible? 5,239 passing yards, 34 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Quinshawn Judkins is back and better than ever. 27 rushing touchdowns, led the team in yards as well. A little bit more than Teamer there, who had 740. 3 touchdowns. Rashawn Harris continues to ball out. A ton of touchdowns for Seth Pagel out of Texas. Hook 'em horns. And Sergio Cordova out of Texas as well, but SMU. 12 touchdowns, 1,200 yards. Very nice season. But the playoff success is just not here yet. Titans win the Super Bowl. It's Brock Purdy who wins the MVP. Packers receiver Antonio Vaughn winning Offensive Player of the Year. I feel like Dave Teamer's being a little bit disrespected there. And it's not even Anthony Richardson that wins the MVP. Brock Purdy comes out of nowhere and wins it. These receivers are actually getting quite good because Teamer's just force-feeding everybody the football. It's not even one guy. Everybody's eating in this offense. He's 31 years old. Still 99 overall everything, but I think we're approaching the time when Teamer may start to take a slight step back at some point. He's still a 7-time Pro Bowler. He's won MVP a handful of times already. He's had an incredible career, but it's still far from over. If we look at the legacy leaderboard, he's got to be top 2 at quarterback. He's still 3rd. Hasn't quite managed to chase down Mahomes and Allen, who are both Hall of Famers now. Lamar and Hurts are still around. Any weird team changes? Herbert is a Steeler. That's just where all veteran quarterbacks go to die now. Trevor Lawrence is a Colt. Jordan Love is now in Jacksonville. Bryce Young is a Bill. Anthony Richardson is a Super Bowl champion. You know, this team's even drafting receivers now as well. So we're definitely putting talent around Dave Teamer. The O-line looks very good. And if you want to include tight end in that, you might as well, because DeMarco's still in there. It's a 90 overall. It's the most fraudulent 90 ever. Falcons, Colts in the Super Bowl. It's another 9-8 year. And you can see the offense continues to be absolutely elite. And maybe that's what's holding Dave Teamer back offensively, is the defense isn't forcing enough 3-and-outs. He throws for just shy of 5,000 yards, 43 touchdowns, a career-high 10 interceptions, though, 6 rushing touchdowns, over 500 yards on the ground, and obviously very good numbers for the receiving corps. But maybe these numbers would be even better if the defense was actually capable of forcing a 3-and-out. I think I will try and change the defensive playbook here and try to get some improvement, because this is borderline unacceptable. And Teamer's contract is changing. The salary cap hit is changing by the year. The projection doesn't seem to be right ever. Maybe the CPU is restructuring it. I guess that's a possibility, to be honest, but I'm not sure. Pagel's an X factor. Cordova's down to star, but there are a lot of really good players still in here, including Peter Griffin. Honestly, put some glasses on him, it's not that far. It's not that far. Please tell me his name is Peter. Hey, Peter, please. It's going to be like Paul or something. It is Peter Griffin. No way, dude. No way. Oh, my goodness. He went to Illinois, though. That's the only problem. He needs to be from Quahog, Rhode Island. I also would recommend Base 3-4 and Atlanta's playbook. I think those are quite good. I still can't believe Peter Griffin. That is quite literally unbelievable. Why do I keep saying quite literally? But it almost seems like I would have entered that myself. The name is too perfect. The fact that he's a big guy, you can't put glasses on him or anything, but that's what you would do if you had to make Peter Griffin. 2036. A long way into the future. This is what the new team looks like. No more Quinshon Judkins. The rushing attack is going to be a lot worse, but look at how good the O-line looks. This looks amazing. The receivers are great. And the defense should be significantly better this time around, although the players are pretty awful. For the most part, this is a really bad-looking defense, but the playbook is good, and it may result in the best numbers we've seen from Dave Teamer so far. This could be the year. Giants-Raiders Super Bowl, but this Browns team went 7-10. The defense was worse than ever. Well, about as bad as ever, but Teamer was as good as ever. 5,100 yards passing, 39 touchdowns to 11 picks. Maybe not as good as ever, but, pretty good. 600-plus yards on the ground on 100 attempts. Let me do the math. 641 yards, 100 attempts. I'm going to say 6.41 yards per carry. 4 touchdowns for him as well. And the receivers are still being ultra productive because, of course, they were. Imani Bo, 16 rushing touchdowns. A running back out of Wisconsin just makes sense to me. But no playoffs here. Season recap, J.J. McCarthy winning MVP, and it's Jimmy Swinney taking home another Offensive Player of the Year. Now, the Bengals passing playbook, our offensive playbook, is really, really good. But I think the Rams is pretty good too, and that might be something I would consider just to try it out. I mean, we might as well, right? So their West Coast zone run and, of course, Rams playbook. Now, both of these things do kind of matter. I kind of think West Coast spread's the best one, but maybe I'll go West Coast spread and Rams playbook and see what that looks like. 92 overall offense. This Browns team is not doing anything to improve the defense. They're just building around Teamer. To a level, I respect it, but okay, at this point, how many receivers do we need? The O-line is built up. Please draft some defensive talent. They're refusing. They are absolutely refusing. Please, you got to do something. I don't even know what Perkins plays. How do I generate best lineup and he's not a part of it? Because he is a Sam linebacker and he's 32. The CPU draft logic needs to improve. It's genuinely terrible. And Bo Nix does not make the Hall of Fame. Jalen Walker, Jackson Smith and Jigba, and Jimmy Swinney do make the Hall of Fame, though. I'm interested to see what this season looks like with the new playbook. But the defense is still so bad that I don't think the playoff success is going to be there. Also, because I just tweeted out Peter Griffin on Twitter, he's playing for the Cleveland Browns, and one of his best friends is Cleveland, which I'm sure you guys would have commented already. I didn't even think of it. 5-12. The offense is more balanced, maybe, but not as good for Dave Teamer. Maybe I'll try West Coast zone run. I mean, it's still a good year, but it's not exactly what we've been used to at all. At all. Raiders quarterback Elijah Byrne wins MVP. Jets beat the Panthers in the Robbie Anderson Bowl. Kevin Green was a Jet for a second, right? That shouldn't have been the one I went to, but I think for a moment he may have been. Dave Teamer is a free agent, by the way. Now, the Browns do have money to re-sign him. We'll see if that happens or not. Dave Teamer signs a 3-year extension. Still a 99 overall at 34 years old and still incredibly expensive. I also think trying out the air raid scheme could be interesting, but again, playbook has the most to do with, by a lot, has the most to do with how the offense actually plays. So I don't know that the air raid team scheme would actually do anything. I'm trying out West Coast zone run here. We'll see how we do. All right, back in the playoffs here, 10-7, but did not make a Super Bowl run. Texans and Seahawks. Kind of a fun matchup. Don't know what it would do for ratings, though. Dave Teamer, this is just not the playbook. I mean, he's playing very well, but is not putting up otherworldly type numbers. Rams I've seen be quite successful, and this was the #1 scoring offense, but the problem is it's too well balanced. It doesn't really heavily feature the quarterback at the rate that we need to. And I'll tell you what, for one more year, I'll stay in the Rams and I'll go to air raid. The scheme fit matters a little bit in sim, but it doesn't actually matter with the archetype. The archetype within the scheme fit only matters for XP, but the offensive scheme slightly affects the sim success. But again, the archetype is not tied to it. You can have a 0% archetype roster scheme fit and still be insanely good if you have good players, if the playbook is good. So people always, there's a lot of misconceptions about how the Madden sim engine works because it's really bad. But it's like, oh, you only had 40% scheme fit. That's why you didn't make the playoffs. It's like, no, it's because the sim engine's terrible and the playbook was not the overpowered playbook. And when I say overpowered, I just mean the one where you can actually be successful. Because you can have a 90 overall team or 95 overall team and the worst playbook in the game, you are potentially going to miss the playoffs. As CJ Stroud wins Super Bowl MVP with the Texans here, their first Super Bowl. And we need to get back on track here with Dave Teamer in a big way. This Falcons playbook is not crushing it right now. Receiving core looks a little bit different. Looks all white, though. And defensively, it is a higher overall defense. Still not that good, but this looks like a great rookie safety. Manny or Miguel Santos, maybe? Or, no, those are probably the options here. Probably Miguel. No, it's Manuel. It is Manny. He's got 94 speed. 88 hit power. Looks like a beast. 9-8 is so disappointing. Yeah, the air raid is not doing anything. How many quarterbacks do we need? We have Dave Teamer. Good numbers, but unexceptional. It's absolutely time to go back to Cincinnati Bengals. Tried and true. But Dave Teamer is the #1 legacy score quarterback of all time. This Burn cat is pretty close. 3 Super Bowls, 20 yearly awards. He's more accomplished with the team department, but has a long way to go to catch Dave Teamer for yearly awards. But you already know they're talking about Burn being a better all-time quarterback than Teamer. It's a ridiculous conversation. I won't even entertain it. Bengals win the Super Bowl, get their first over the Vikings. The Vikings can't catch a break, man. They really can't. Unfortunately, no Dave Teamer love anywhere in the yearly awards. This is where they're starting to talk about him falling off as a player, but it's not right. It's the playbook. It's not about the player. 1 year remaining on his deal. He's 36 years old. How long can a player like this stay around? He's still a 99 overall everything, but we have seen some regression. No longer 95 speed, 99 or 99 speed, 99 acceleration. Injuries down. Throw on the run isn't what it used to be. The throw power even has taken a bit of a hit. Regression is starting to hit, even for a superhuman like Dave Teamer. 36 years old. The wheels, they're not about to fall off, but they're shaking a little bit. The receiving core is not what it used to be, but the O-line is still mostly good, even though we have three of the same face here on the O-line, starting at left tackle, left guard, and center. Defensively, it's trending to be about as good as it has been. I mean, the D-line looks okay. The secondary looks pretty good. A lot of repeating faces again. The team is as low of an overall as it has been in quite some time, but I think it's still actually pretty good overall. And now that we're moving back to Bengals playbook, I think the results are going to follow. And we're back. Number one offense in the sport, 14-3, but could not get past the Jaguars in the AFC Championship. I'm sure a very good season for Teamer, though. It's just so playbook dependent. 5,201 yards passing, 39 touchdowns to only one interception. This could be the best year of his career. 720 rushing yards and 6 rushing touchdowns. Seth Pagel dominated. Cody Brooks, Austin Burbank. What a receiving core. All played pretty well. But Teamer is still unable to add that second Super Bowl to the trophy room, unfortunately. Okay, Dave Teamer is gone in 2041. Is he still in the NFL, or did he retire? We're about to find out. Dave Teamer is in the Hall of Fame. 31 yearly awards, over 50,000 legacy score, but only one Super Bowl, one AFC championship. He's not coming out of retirement anytime soon. Now, Dave Teamer is the Browns record holder for passing yards with over 71,000. Passing touchdowns, 571. And honestly, I feel like we kind of sold him short a little bit because of the playbook changes there at the end. Quinshon Judkins' most rushing touchdowns ever, 141, is insane. And this is the era where guys went off. Cordova with Dave Teamer, over 11,000 career receiving yards. Pagel with Teamer, over, 120 career receiving touchdowns. Cordova with Teamer, 847 career catches. Absolutely mind-blowing numbers. If you look at the career numbers, you can see how close Teamer was to actually chasing down Tom Brady, and the answer was not that close because he didn't even get to his age 40 season. Teamer retired, a little bit ahead of that. We can't check out every career number here. We're pretty much just relegated to checking out the legacy leaderboard, and this is all we have to remember Dave Teamer by. He is the most successful quarterback in the history of the game of all players that started or that were still in the league in 2025. But did he chase down Tom Brady? Well, no, he didn't. Not in yards, not in touchdowns, not in Super Bowls, not in conference championships, but he did win a lot of MVPs. And that's pretty insane. He retired on top with the 2040 NFL MVP. So that's one. Let's count them here. And we can check out Offensive Player of the Year as well. But right now we're seeing just one MVP. There's two. Still no Offensive Player of the Years. There's another MVP. That's three without an Offensive Player of the Year. This is 4 MVPs and now 1 Offensive Player of the Year. 5 MVPs, 2 Offensive Player of the Years. 6 MVPs and another Offensive Player of the Year. That's 3. Also MVP and Offensive Player of the Year in 2027. This is a crazy run. So all in all, he won in 2027. In 2029, that's 2. 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, would you say he's the best quarterback ever? He won 7 MVPs over 15 years. He won MVP in his second year in the league, or third maybe? No, second. His second year in the league, and also his last. So he was just awesome his entire career. Let me know down in the comment section below, are you holding the Super Bowls against Dave Teamer? Or are you saying, hey, he won 7 MVPs, he's the best to ever do it? The record, I believe, is 4 with Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, and I think those might be the only 2 to win 4. I don't think Brady got 4. I think maybe 2 or 3 for Brady. No, you know what? Peyton Manning has 5. Peyton Manning has done it 5 times because, of course, he did it with the Broncos in 2013 as well, and he had the co-MVP with McNair early on in his career. Rodgers with 4, and then it's Jim Brown, Johnny Unitas, Brett Favre, and Tom Brady with 3. Dave Teamer with 7. But even though Peyton Manning has 2 more MVPs than Brady, people are not calling Peyton Manning the best quarterback of all time. Typically, they're saying it's Tom Brady because of the postseason success. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below, and I will see you in the next one. Take it easy.